As promised back in January, Airfix announced they're going to be releasing a few new models into their vintage classic range. And the latest one this month that's come out is this one here, the Handley Page Hampden. And we're going to have a look inside and see what you get inside the box. Right then, let's have a chat about the history of the tooling. It was first released back in 1968 and again 5 years later in 1973. 2 years later, 1975, it was released, with a year later in 1976. In 10 years after that, in what I would call the Airfix photograph kind of box art, where they would show you the model all built, it was released again. And then 12 years after that, they reverted back to, I would say, a box standard version of box art in 1998. It was then released as a model set in 1999. And that was it then for 11 years, when it was then released again in 2010, allegedly with new decals, and then released again 14 years later, which is now in 2024. There were a couple of releases with another company that used their plastic, but we won't go into that because we're looking at when Airfix released this kit and not with anybody else. So there you go. That's basically it. Nine releases of this tooling, and you'll probably never see it again, because that's how vintage classics roll. Before we unbox this kit and then we can see what's inside, can I ask a favour? Would it be possible that if you're not a subscriber and you're enjoying what I'm putting out there on YouTube, will you consider being a subscriber? All you've got to do is click subscribe, ring that bell, click all to be notified when I release a new video. Anyways, let's get back to the unboxing. So let's have a look at the box art. You've got Handley Page Hampdens there, dropping their bombs there, just as Roy Cross intended it to be. And you've got a couple behind. This one obviously has got the Popeye there, as it's as a scheme. And yeah, you can obviously see why it's called the Flying Suitcase. And it's 1/72 scale, and the code for it is A04011V. It's cracking, isn't it? I love Roy Cross box art. It just pulls you in, doesn't it? Pulls you in. Right, top of the box, you've got the one scheme on this, which is the Handley Page HP 52 Hampden, Popeye number 49 Squadron, Bomber Command, Royal Air Force, Scampton, Lincolnshire, England, 1941. A little bit of bump there about it. Length of it is 226mm by 292mm, and it's 123 pieces. It's a skill level 2, obviously, because it's a bit complex to build. It's going to need a little bit of work, as it's a very old tooling, and you get 1 flying hours for this kit. Edge of the box, you've got here, you've got the box art again, and it's on the other side. And again, there's the lingo saying about the warnings, and telling you there that it's 1968 for the pack illustration, because it's Roy Cross, and this one here is 2024, and it does come with cartograph decals, which makes it all so sweet. Just quickly, this kit is available on the Airfix website. I will link in the description box below and in the comments where you can buy this kit. It's £21.99 at present. They have stock of it still, because it's only been released the last couple of days. So if you do fancy building this new vintage classic Handley Page Hampden, jump over there to the website, and as I said, I'll leave it in the description box below and in the comments. Right then, so it's a top opening box as normal for these, and already there's the decal sheet there, which does look nice and crisp. You've got a lovely little Popeye there. You've got cockpit decal there. You've got the roundels, and you know, it does look pretty good. And I can't see what that says there, but trestle here. I could get the magnifying glass out to see what that says. But yeah, there you go. There's the decal sheet. Looks pretty smart. Right, back into focus. You get your instructions, which we'll look at later. But firstly, let's have a look inside the bag, and let's see what the plastic is like. There's your clear part there. and you're getting quite a lot of plastic in this kit. So the wings seem to become as all separate. That looks like a piece that's come off somewhere. We'll make sure that's safe. Right, wings, you got some locating pins there. Got quite a bit of flash on this, so you're gonna have to give it a good clean up. It's raised panel lines, or rivets I should say, on this tooling, because that's how they had it back in the late 60s. So there you go. It does go together okay, the wing. It will need a little bit of a clean up, obviously, and you do have some locating pins there to help you put the wing together. Yeah, it's very distressed. Obviously, it's probably had numerous releases, so it's probably, you know, 50,000 kits from this metalwork. So yeah, so there's one wing done, which is the starboard wing, and let's put this one on together as well, just to have a look and see how well it goes together. Yeah, it is going to need a bit of a clean up, but you pay your monies and you can take your chance. There you are, easy. Right, here on this sprue here, they're not this, because it's like this, there's no A, B, C, D frame letters. You're basically going by numbers that are on the actual sprues themselves, and you can clearly see here, if we're getting close, there you go, you can see there you've got 18, 45, 44, 43. So the numbers will go up to, I don't know, 100, I presume, on here, over 100. So there you go, there's the weaponry there as well. There's that piece come off there, so that's fine, you just know what that is. And there's your prop there, one of your props in a triangular protection sprue gate. So that's quite nice. So there you go, there's that one there. Fuselage halves, let's have a look at these fuselage halves. Let's put them together. You've got locating pins again. It is going to need a little bit of filler in this. It's going to need a good rubbing down, and but it does seem to go together okay. There's a little bit of warpage there. You can see, I think if you just clean that up, it might just click together. But there you go. Look how slim it is for a bomber. There you go. So there's the fuselage halves together. Look at this sprue here, so we can see. There you go. There's your elevator there on the back. There's some engine parts there. It is rustic, I should say. I like the word rustic. But you won't see a lot of that anyway once you put the nacelles on. It will need a clean up. It's not going to be, you know, chuck it in a bag, give it a shake, or shake and bake. So there you go. There's some parts there for the cockpit. So there you go. There's, looks like some exhaust there. Looks like. But yeah, there's that part. There's that sprue. There's your wheels on the bottom there. Two-part wheels, which don't look too bad. You've got some injection pin marks there you're going to have to remove before you put together. But it's not looking too bad, I guess. There's a prop there, another prop, and it looks like some undercarriage there that will need some cleanup too. But it shouldn't take you too. It is going to, as I said, it's a skill level 2, so you're going to have to work at this to make it look good, obviously. And there you are. That's all the pieces that you get, I think. But so just looking here, you can see that it's got some pilots and crew on this one, which don't look too bad, to be honest. Don't look too bad at all. That looks a little bit, looks a bit nasty, that, but as I said, you pay your money, you take your choice on these ones. Well, is that your ailerons there? I think it might be your ailerons. I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah, I think they're the ailerons there. So there you go. There's all the bits of plastic for this kit. Here's your glass. Quite a lot of masking up to do here, quite a bit. I don't know if anybody does a masking set for this, but you may be well to get one. It's not looking too bad. It's not, It is, it's 1960s, but yeah, not much more I can really say on the matter, really. Got some windows there, but most of this is all for the front of the Hampden. There you go, and there's the plastic. Right, instructions. First page, telling you a little bit about the Hampden there. Assembly instructions on the next page, page 3. And then we're going to turn over the page, and it's not the original exploded view version. You're basically this is a bit of like an upgrade one, which basically would have come out, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago. It's not exploded view. It's there's quite a bit of parts to get involved with, but it's pretty simple going. So it looks like you're building up the cockpit first with the seat, the flight deck, control column there. Pilot goes in the front there and telling you which colours you need. And you attach some sort of seat on the back where you've got another crew member to go on the back. You've got a decal panel to go there. It tells you where to stick that to. And you've got some rear guns to go on the back. Rear guns on the top there as well. So all pretty standard really for a World War II bomber. Then you're doing the back end with the elevators, and looks like you're putting another weapon there in the front of the cockpit nose. You've got your bombs there. You get 4 of them, and it looks like you can decide whether you use them or not because you've got the question mark. Then you're basically putting this all together, and you're putting your glasswork in on the top of the fuselage there, and there's your racks there for your bombs, or you can decide not to bother with that and just put the bay doors up inside. That's quite simple. Moving on to 9, you're building up the wings, and it's telling you not to glue here. Okay, don't glue there and there, so I'm assuming that you might be able to adjust those flaps again, that side as well. And you're putting on part of the undercarriage there. So I presume there's so it's saying, I presume that you can put the wheels up or down, which is good. It's quite a nice sort of feature, that. Then you put in the wheels together, and looks like you've got your hubs there, front and rear. Quite a nice little touch. Putting all that together underneath that wing with the extra stabilizers there. And that's basically it really, putting that together. Then you bolt the wings on, which I presume I would have done this for, put the wings on first, then attached all that after, I think. Or you have to, or would you have to do this previous before you join the wings together? No, I think you can get away with that. Yeah. Anyways, engine build up. There's your prop. There's your cone nose, and then some more weaponry there on the right. And that's just, and then you've got all the added bits there, your aerials, looks like air intakes, etc. added on. So lots of little bits and pieces to add on. It's step 17. And then this is the call out for it. Nice, pencil thin. And all you're going to be needing is silver, matte yellow, dark earth, dark green, matte black, and gunmetal. Research notes, the original Airfix Hampden had a mix of A and B camouflage patterns and appeared to get the serial number wrong. The Popeye aircraft was apparently AE236, and being an even numbered aircraft would have normally worn the A scheme camouflage. So if you're worried about the camouflage, gives you some information there on the layout of this, and there's all your decals to go on as well. Nice and easy, but, well, I wouldn't say easy, but it's pretty well straightforward how to put this kit together. I think this is the kind of kit that if you built this back in the day when you were first building Airfix models, there's a lot of nostalgia with this kit. It is not going to be an easy build. You're going to have to really work at it to get some sort of good result from it. That would include sanding, filling, maybe a little bit of extra plastic, slips of plastic going into certain parts of this kit. The build-up looks pretty simple. I can't even remember building this all those years ago. but I have no real want to build it either. Does that make sense? So it's here. It'll go into my stash, probably never to be built, but I'll have a version of this Handley Page Hampden. What's your thoughts on Airfix releasing this into the Vintage Classic range? There was no way they were going to ever release this into their normal range, because I think the tooling is far gone. Definitely worth them looking at retooling in the next 2 or 3 years. I think that would make a really good addition, because I like to think that when they release these Vintage Classics, it's like one last hurrah, and never to be seen again. That they will look at it, close a chapter of their, you know, their yesteryears, and look at developing newer and better tools for us to build in the now. That's how I like to see Vintage Classics. I think, you know, once they're released, I don't think they need to be released again. I think that, you know, one of the reasons why we do like them now is that when you do pick up these old tools or these old model kits, 9 times out of 10 the decals are foobarred. You know, they're not worth a jot. You know, they are either yellowed because of the acid in the paper. But to get one last hurrah from this, and with decent decals from Cartograph, I think it's a good way to send them off into the end of time. You know, scrap the tool. Who knows? As I said, you know, as I've heard, you know, Airfix do not plan to release the Vintage Classics again for a very, very long time. There's a few that I think they will release again. I think the Bomb Bug, because that was a tooling that was missing for years, and there's still plenty of life left in that tooling, and there could be some others too. But I like to think that Airfix are focusing on the new ways of tooling kits and making it more enjoyable for us to build these kind of models. Anyways, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, click like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, ring that bell, click all to be notified when I release a new video. Any questions, any comments, leave them in the box below, because I do reply. And a huge shout out to my channel members who help me financially with this channel. If you'd like to become a channel member, just click join below and select which membership tier you so wish. There are advantages of being top level members, including getting my book for free. And we also do a live stream every Thursday, if I'm not on holiday, where it's just for channel members only, where we chat and hang out and build models and talk about scale modelling. If you've enjoyed this and want to see more, in one of the 4 corners here is either a playlist or a video from my channel. And until next time, I'll see you soon.